Okay guys, so welcome to today's video. Okay, so today this is what we are going to design, and let's start. First thing first, go to new new document, file, new document, and then name it head popping, head popping, head popping. Okay, head popping, head popping, and then come and give your width, put it 1000, the height 720. Okay, make sure resolution is on 72, color mode RGB mode, and then you click OK. And this is our workspace. Okay, so you see this thing, you see that Mr. Sabinus or Oga Sabinus self, you see how the head is popping out, the head is popping out. You see, we have a way of doing it, but you can't just put it like this. There's a trick there, so you have to keep on taking note of them like that, and how to make your text a gradient, and then other things. Here I use only one font. The font I've sent it to you, so install all of them and follow the instruction here as we go on. Alright, so let's go to our listen. Open it this way. This is your workspace, and now what do we do next? We have to upload Mr. Sabino's picture. Okay, so let's come to file, please embed it. We open where we saved our picture. Okay, this is Sabino's picture. We click on it and then we place it this way. Alright, so as you can see, we are going to remove the background. Take note of this. Those using CSS, I don't know how to remove a background with it. That's why I was emphasizing on Photoshop 2020 version. Okay, so this way, to remove the background, you have to come to the layer panel here, right click on the image, and then you choose rasterize. Alright, after that, come to properties panel here. You see properties panel here. If you can see properties panel here, come to window, and then you see properties, click on it, it will open here for you. Now scroll down, there's a distance here, a scroll line here, so you have to scroll down. You see remove background. As easy as that. Wait for Photoshop to perform its magic. Okay, selecting subject. There are many ways of removing the background, but this is what I want. Okay, the other ones, in case you need it, I will still do videos on them. Okay, as you can see, simple as that. The background is gone, right? So you come back here, still on the image, you right click and convert it back to smart object. It was a smart object before we convert it to a decent, a rasterize decent. Okay, layer. Okay, rasterize means if you are enlarging it, the quality will become blurred, the quality will reduce. But if it's a smart object, the quality maintains like that. Right, so we have Mr. Sabinus here. Next thing, we have to add a decent, a rectangle. The rectangle, we are going to give it some gradient, so make sure your own is on gradient. This, select gradient this way, and then the first slider, gradient slider, double click and choose yellow this way, okay, choose yellow this way, then come to the second one, double click on it and choose red. Right, so not that red, but orange deep orange. Okay, deep orange, no problem. That I press enter, and then just draw your rectangle this way, draw your rectangle this way. The rectangle is supposed to be behind the picture. So how do you move the picture below or above layer in the layer panel? So you just have to drag and drop. You know how to drag and drop, right? You have to just drag this one and drop it down below the distance, the image. Make sure the image is on top. Okay, as you can see how I'm doing it. All right, so where do we go next? I think this way is okay. Okay, So let's go. We'll go back and see how I did it. Okay, this way. Just stay big. Okay, right. Then we can reduce the size this way. If you wonder how I selected the two of them, then increase them on. Just drag and double click and drag down to select all of them this way. With that one, you can even move them down or up yourself. So that is it. If you want to increase this one, the picture is the same thing. Those small squares, okay. Those small squares, just drag and double click and drag, okay. So that is it. Let's go. The rectangle, I want the red to come down. So what do? We select the rectangle, come to properties panel again, and then we click on it, and then there's something here called reverse. So we click on the reverse to reverse the red down. I don't need the red to be too red like that. Okay, let's make it orange. Right. So there's a reverse here. Reverse, if you take your arrow there, it will tell you gradient slide reverse the gradient colors. Okay. I could remember last time I taught you in one of the videos. So if you still need more explanation, don't worry, I'm around. So what do we do next? Look at this one carefully. Don't come back and ask me you don't understand, or we are doing it and it was doing some way. Just watch the tutorial very well. Watch it like 3 times, 4 times, so that you can get used to the things. Okay, so we are going to clip mark this one into the rectangle. First the video we did, it was this way, it was this way, it was this clipping mark that we use. The left click, right click, and do clipping marks. But you see that the head has entered inside this one. Okay, the head has entered inside the rectangle. We don't want it that we want the head to be popping out, while the down here is inside the rectangle. Okay, so let's go back. Here we have to select the picture. Mr. Sabinus, select him. Bring your arrow down here. Don't select this one. Make sure the selection is on Mr. Sabinus. Bring your arrow here. Press on control. Okay. This one that you are seeing here, you see that the rectangle color is there. We call it thumbnail. If you take your arrow there, it will show you the name, layer thumbnail. Okay, so you take your arrow there, press on control. The arrow behind the arrow is like a human hand, but if you press on control, something like a selection or a small square will come behind the image. That means it's ready for selection. So you click or you tap on your listen. Okay, it will select you click, so it will select the rectangle. Okay, the rectangle or square, whatever. If you select the rectangle this way, come to selection. Because of the selection that we did, come to the menu bar here, choose selection, click on selection, and then select inverse. You see what happened? Now it has deselect the rectangle and anything outside the rectangle. If you use the eraser tool, you can clean everything. But here's the case, our selection is on Mr. Sabinus. Okay, so if we are going to clean part of Mr. Sabinus, what the parts that are outside the rectangle down here, not the head, because if we clean on the head, everything will go. So we come to eraser tool. You see your eraser tool here, eraser tool, okay, or you can press E on your keyboard. Eraser tool is here. Eraser tool. So pick your eraser tool. Wow, let's deselect it. Come to select and deselect it. We've done a mistake. Deselect it. Okay, deselect it this way. Come bring your arrow to move to give Mr. Sabinus a layer mask. Select it this way. Come down here. There's something like a square with a small black circle in it. Add layer mask. You see it down here at this place. Okay, below the panel, the layers panels. Okay, it's like a square with a small circle inside it. That's a layer mask. So click on it. You see what happened here. Make sure it's on the layer mask slider. Don't bring selection to Mr. Sabinus. Make sure the selection is on the layer mask. Right, so here we come and press Ctrl, bring your arrow down, press Ctrl, and then you select the thumbnail of the rounded rectangle. Okay, now come to select and invest selection. Right now you are done with the selection. Come and pick your eraser tool, eraser tool, increase it, let's say 300 or more than that, or less more than 300 or more than 300, and this is okay. So we come and clean here. You see what happened? If we clean the top here, the head will go off because we are cleaning anything that is outside the selection, because what we selected, we have inverted the selection, means it has select anything that is outside what we selected earlier. You get me? Yes. So let's reverse it. Make sure the head is like this, and then you go back to select and deselect. You see the magic? So that is it. Para, we are done. Right now it's left with our text. We are coming to add text. You know that one already. T. Okay. The font we are using is Montserrat. I've sent it to you, Montserrat, and the style is bold. Okay, sure it's Montserrat, and then you choose star bold. Okay, and tap. What are we typing? Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself, comma, learn. Graphic design is like, it's like a story. It's like a story that you are telling, or a letter that you are writing. So anything you are doing, you're supposed to be aligning with each other. This one leads to the other, and this one leads to the other. We call it rhythm. When we get to the principles, no problem, we will do more. Just move this one to this side. Select it this way, and then you move it towards this side. Okay, so all right, 14, size 14. Make sure the text size is 14. If it don't say it's 14, just select it and come and press or type 14 on top here, and then press enter. Confirm. All right. So next thing we have to do is what? Graphic design. We are typing graphic design. So we can just duplicate this one, copy this one and paste. Copy this one and paste. Copy this one and paste. To copy it, just press Ctrl plus J. Ctrl plus J. Okay, and you drag it down. Now let's type graphic design. All caps. Graphic design. Graphic design. Press enter. Design. Okay, alright. So we have this way. Let's change the size of graphic. We have selected. So let's change the size of graphic. Change the size of graphic to 34. Select it, and then come and type 34 here in the size with a small t and big T. 34, size 34. Okay, size 34. We have it. The design, give it size 45, and we have it here. You see that they have combined, so we open the character panel. You see that the character here, we call it what? This is character panel. We have to increase this one. Set the leading. We have to increase the leading to something in such a way that these words you can see them well. So you can use your up arrow in your keyboard and increase it. Yeah, this way. Okay, in this way we have. Alright, so we have graphic design, and let's read it. Invest in yourself, learn graphic design skill today. That is how the message is going to be, but in a graphic design form. Alright, so let's copy this one, drag it down. Skill, learn, invest in yourself, learn graphic design skill today. Skill today. Okay, design skill today. Alright, so the skill today, we have to give it size 19. Double click on it to highlight size 19. Okay, size 19, size 19, size 19. All right, and here we are. Then you type your name, duplicate it or copy and paste. Then you type your name or anything at all that will make sure that I will know that you are the one that designed it. So just use your name or anything at all. All right. Okay. Then this one to size 14. The name to make sure it's on up caps size 14. But the invest in yourself, make sure it's on small letters size 14. Your name size 14. Okay. We are done with this. So what is left? What is left is to apply our gradients and some. Okay. Okay. Now first thing first, let's change the gradient of the graphic design, the color of graphic design. You see I used two colors. The colors I extracted them or I just sampled them from the shirt of Mr. Sabini's. Okay. So make sure your colors are always matching with your text and the shapes that you've used. Okay. Alright, so we select the text like this. Come down here, FX, click and then choose gradient overlay. Gradient overlay. Okay, wait for it to load. You see what happened to the text. So we are going to click on the color here, the gradient color here, the first slider, double click and then bring your arrow here and sample the color from the shirt of Mr. Sabino's. Okay, just click one, the other slider, double click, bring it down here, the deeper part of the color and then part of the shirt, and then you do this way so you can save it. To save it, just click on new. It will add to your already existing design that you use. This one will be there forever for you to be using. Next time you don't have to create it again. Okay, so if the design is covering the text, just come and hold it. Why this one, just drag and take it to where you know how to do the drag, right? Just drag it, double click and hold and drag it to the side. Make sure you are seeing what you are typing. Okay, and press OK. I want the deeper side to go on top, so I'll have to, this one is on reverse already, so I'll have to uncheck to unreverse it. Okay, sorry for that, to unreverse it. So we have something like this. Okay, let's create a rectangle to house scale today. I type polygon L. We want to put scale today inside a shape. Okay, inside a shape, but we don't want to go to shapes again, shape tool again. Just double click on this one, click on this one and then you copy Ctrl plus J, and then this way. You didn't know how I increase and reduce it that way. Just hold on this one, the corners here, the corners, the horizontal ones. If you are increasing it horizontally or that way, yes, just hold on shift before you click and drag. Okay, before you double click and drag. All right, press on shift before you double click and drag. Okay, so that's how we are. Because if you don't use shift and you use any of them, it will increase everything up and down, left and right, or if you use shift, press and hold shift and then hold any of the squares, it will increase it the way you want. Alright, so what is the color? What was the color of this shape self? What was the color of the shape? What was the color of the shape? Oh, I use a different shape, so let's finish them. I use a shape with rounded edges. I use a rounded rectangle, so when we are done we will correct the edges. I don't want to use that one, or you can maintain it if you like it. You can maintain the rounded edge, this or rounded what? Call what? Rounded rectangle. Yeah, it's rounded rectangle. Rounded rectangle. Rounded rectangle. So black on this one. We want to change this in the rectangle that we copied. Here is blue, the gradient that we created earlier, and here is where I'm going to show you how to get it because we saved it. So come to properties and then you click on the colors, the gradient. You see that because I saved it, it's on the gradients here, so I just tap on it this way. You see what happened? We want to reverse the distance, so the down here you see 90, change it to 180, 180, make it 0, 0 rather, is 0. I don't want the darker side to be on the right hand side, so make it 0, make it 0, make it 0. Then this color is too deep. Okay, okay, this way is okay. And then the text, see that black on black, black on something like black, it's not visible as, so let's change the text to white. Text color, open character, and then choose color, drag up here to get a white color, and here you want to house the name with a rectangle too, so we copy it and bring it down here like this, bring it down here like this. You see that if I drag something to the right or to the center, you see some imaginary lines. Okay, they are actually guides. They are guiding you on alignment. We will talk about it tomorrow. We will talk about principles tomorrow. Today is just for elements. Okay, that's why we designed that thing yesterday. So I'll use that one to explain the elements today. So this way, you see what happened at the back there. You see that it has aligned to the other distance. Okay, so as a beginner you don't need to use that, you will suffer. Just activate the rulers and be aligning them by the ruler. Okay, so to activate rulers, control plus R. You see what happened here, some numbers come here, so you have to just click, left click, and then drag any of them, left click, and then you drag. You left click the lines here, is it up here? If you are dragging it a horizontal distance guide, you see what happened, you can leave it this way, and then the vertical this way, make sure it's aligned on this one. Then you can then take them to be touching the edge of the distance. Let's zoom in. To zoom in is control plus, control and then plus, control and the plus key on your keyboard, control plus 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 to zoom in. Okay, so this one we are not going to use, maintain this color. I've used color blue color enough, so let's change a different color. Okay, let's pick this one to the center of this one, pick this one to the center of this one, drag it to the center of this one, change the color of this rectangle, reduce it, reasonable shapes, make some bigger than others, some smaller than others, use reasonable sizes. Yeah, listen, we are going to use one color for this one. We are going to sample it from the rectangle I used on the background of Sabinus. Okay, so just double click on my color spectrum this way, and then I will just bring my arrow here, click one to sample the color. Alright, so this is what we have, and since we are done, and then that you can drag your rulers back, drag them back to where you brought them. Okay, you can drag them. If you want to deactivate the rulers, just press Ctrl plus R again, and then you save it, and that is it. Thank you for watching. I wish you all the best.